you able to get an update on Tristan? Just left the track earlier there.
Yeah, we're anticipating he's going to play. He obviously had a concern early in the game last week and got checked by the docs, and then came back onto the ground probably 20 minutes into the first quarter and then played out the rest of the game. So we're just trying to manage him as best we can. It's a 6-day break, so he's passed all the protocols that we needed him to do, but one of those wasn't doing a full session this week. Give him every chance to be at his best on Saturday night. But unless we have a hiccup in the next 24 hours, we're picking him and he's playing.
Is George going to go via VFL?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, he's missed a fair bit of footy, so he's available to play, and yeah, we'll get him some game conditioning, and we just can't take the risk with someone that's missed so much footy. So yeah, he'll come back through the VFL.
How's he feeling within himself? Because he must have a bit of a confidence issue with the setbacks.
Well, he's actually, despite the narrative of what happened to him prior to getting to North, the couple of little setbacks he's had here have been very, very minor, and this one was a more serious one. But prior to that incident, he hadn't had one for 18 months, and so we just know with these guys that the more you can condition them, and is around the professionalism, understanding their bodies and how best to recover and sleep and all the things that go into it. He's learned an enormous amount over the last 2 years, and he had a hiccup that neither he nor we could explain, but he's had a really good rehab and he's ready to go. So he's confident, and it's trained really well over the last 3 to 4 weeks in particular, and yeah, pleased to get him out there again.
There was reports yesterday that Tristan Xerri has been ruled out. Can you confirm that he hasn't been ruled out yet?
Yeah, we're picking him.
Okay, cool. Thanks.
How much would George benefit from an extended run in the side?
How much would George?
Georgie Wardlaw,
yeah.
He's interrupted so far. He's shown in his chunks when he's been in the side how much talent he has. How much would he benefit from a long run?
I think it goes without saying. Any player in the competition, if you've got continuity, you're going to give yourself the best chance of being able to play well on a consistent basis, and that's what we're searching with George and any player really. So that's why we want to make sure we get proper match conditioning with him at VFL level, so that when he does come up to AFL level, he's match hardened and he's ready to be able to perform at the highest level.
Luke Parker's first game against his old club, how do you think he'll handle it?
Yeah, well, not really sure. He's a veteran and a pretty mature head. I reckon he'd be pretty good. You know, he obviously spent a lot of time at the Bloods and got some great memories of that club and a lot of great mates. So it'll be a different experience for him, but I'm sure he'll acquit himself well, and yeah, be keen to play against his old club, I'm sure.
But where do you go if Tristan doesn't get up?
Yeah, we'll just go on to the next group of our big fellas, I suppose. But yeah, I'm not sure where all the rumours are coming from, but we're fully expecting him to play. You know, we wouldn't have put him back on the ground last week if he was in any sort of doubt. So those that watched that game said he still came on and acquitted himself pretty well for the rest of that game. So yeah, I'm not expecting he's not going to play.
And you feel like you're getting a stronger read on where you're at? I know the narrative feels like it's turned a little bit about North Melbourne. It's about you sort of in games, you're winning games.
Yeah,
last
well,
week, there's a blip.
we've spoken quite regularly about last year, especially the early part of last year where we weren't in games at 3/4 time, and yeah, I think twice in the third quarter against Adelaide over there, yeah, we got within 8 points once and 9 points another time, sort of later in the quarter, and then just fell away in the last part of the quarter, and by 3/4 time it's a 5-goal margin. Pretty hard to track down a side interstate when you're that margin behind. So our goal has always been to still be in the contest at 3/4 time, and first game of the year we were 7 points down against the Dogs and it didn't work out for us, and next week we're a couple of goals up against Melbourne, and then it materialised into a big victory. So we just know that if we're right in the game at 3/4 time, and that's perhaps why we were disappointed last week, we weren't quite there, nearly there, because 20 minutes into the third quarter we're 8-9 points down. So that's what we're measuring ourselves on, about how competitive, and so that's what we've been pleased about for two two and a half of the games we've been pretty good in that space, but didn't quite get there. And we've got another big challenge again against Sydney this week. I'm sure if we can be in the contest at 3/4 time, we're going to give ourselves a chance one way or the other to get up.
Respect coming back. Is that fair to say?
Well, you're asking the wrong person. We just go about our business and try to be the best we can. You ask for the respect from the other 17 clubs. You need to go and ask them, not ask us.
Clarko, Bevo very strong this morning on prior opportunity. Says total confusion around the AFL. Says that he's frustrated with the way that it's being adjudicated. Not from an umpire perspective, from an AFL perspective. Do you share that confusion?
Oh, I haven't. No, so we've got other things to worry about than that being number one priority for us. I'm not sure where the instances are in Bevo's approach to it, but yeah, it hasn't come across my desk in terms of being an alarming trend in that space, but it maybe has been in the Dogs games, I don't know, but yeah, we've got other things to worry about than that just at the present time.
Philosophically, what do you think about a captain of one club meeting a coach of another club?
Yeah, pretty similar sort of response in terms of it's not our footy club. You're better off talking to West Coast Eagles and Hawthorn about what transpired there rather than getting an opinion from every club on what happens, because bottom line is we're in the game to get our list sizes our list as good as we can, and it's just a difficult forum, but that's been dealt with by West Coast and Hawthorn, and they're the best blokes to speak to about it.
Was the memo sent to AFL clubs about the pushing and marking contests clear enough, and how do you incorporate that into training?
Yeah, well, once again, I think Oz has covered that with the Tigers and the response to that. It does implicate players, you know. So, yeah, it was a little bit like the Archer one with us 2 or 3 weeks ago. They're not all that frequent in the game, so yeah, to concern ourselves every time there is a response like that, then when it becomes a significant trend in the game, then we'll probably ask our players to adjust the way they go about it. But at the minute, with some of these things, it's not a significant enough trend to ask our players to play the game significantly differently to the way they've played it for the last 10 years.
Will Matt Whitlock debut this weekend?
Oh, he'll be in the mix. Yeah, he played really well last week in the VFL. So we got to select the side this afternoon and work out our mix and make sure we've got a backup ruck on an emergency list, because you know X might not play. So
You say that sarcastic.
very sarcastic. Yeah. So, anyway, but yeah, we'll put together our mix this afternoon, and I reckon he's going to be amongst the mix because he played pretty well last week. And but outside of X, who came off with that slight concern last week, but was able to return, we came out of the game unscathed. So we need to make unforced changes for Wooders to come in more than likely.
I know Ollie asked about Luke before. Do you expect Jacob and Luke Parker to have it? Have you sensed a laser focus from them against the old side this week?
Well, I haven't sensed it as yet, but it might come in the next 48 hours. You know, they don't have to play until Saturday night. So I think every player in the competition that comes up against their old club would like to be able to perform well. You know, we saw that. What's the cracker's name from the Dogs who came from Carlton? Kennedy. You know, we saw that last week, and you know, then there's this. Supposed narrative, was it good to stick it up your old club? It's just like, no, I don't think players are like that at all. It's just like they just want to perform as well as they can, and just so happens against the club that you're playing this week is your old club. Might give them a little bit of a spike, but not too much, I reckon.
Coaches are like that, though, aren't they, Clarko? If you come up against Hawthorn, you feel like you want a piece of that.
Yeah.
Worth a crack.